my mother didn't know where they were, and finally she was going through some old trunks that belonged to her folks after they passed away. And the trunks, nobody messed with them. And the very bottom of these trunks was these cans with the old 35 millimeter films in there. And my mother had those transferred onto an 8 millimeter. And because they're very dangerous, those old films, wonder they were still good, but they were good. And donated those to the Chamber of Commerce. And when the Chamber of Commerce was disbanded, both of them, there were two at one time. Nobody knew where the film was. And there was another one. I got that one. And we'll be very glad to put it. We're just making sure it doesn't get out of the community. It got out of the community once. And it's a picture of all the first old timers party here in 1933. And my grandmother had a day book that had tells the day, who did it, and everything. And it's very interesting. It's got all the people that were here in 1933, and very distinguished people, because right at the very end, I'm in it. I was 2 years old playing the ukulele.
Excuse me, I'm told there's a brown Honda Accord that has the lights on outside, if anybody knows what that is. This isn't the McKee's first appearance here. We had the whole family here about 12 years ago in a wonderful concert with the 5 of them. Then it's wonderful to have them back.
Years. We have had a few hours of practice, which leaves us still pretty rusty, and so we're going to try to do some of the things that we used to do, and hopefully we'll remember the words, we'll remember the tune, and Earl can remember the chords. And so if you'll just bear with us, we'll try to bring back a little bit of what we used to do when we were young.
Younger,
yeah.
I think they'll know this one. All day I face the barren waste without the taste of water. Ooh, water. Oh, Dan and I, with throats burned dry and souls that cry for water. So listen to him dance. He's a devil, not a man. He spreads the burning sand with water. Dan, can't you see that big green tree where the water's running free? It's waiting there for you and me. Ooh, water, clear water. Dan's feet are sore, he's yearning for just one thing more than water. Ooh, water. Like me, I guess he'd like to rest where there's no quest for water.
Water.
Ooh,
Water.
Dear water.
Water.
Keep the moving, Dan, don't you listen to him, Dan. He's a devil, not a man.
And he
Spreads the burning sand with water.
water.
Dan, can't you see that big green tree where the water's running free,
It's
waiting there for you and me. Ooh,
water,
clear
water,
water. I forgot the next verse.
See, I told you.
That's enough of that.
I got it. This one's even harder.
Blue prairie, blue are the skies, blue are the skies of the night wind falling. Blue prairie, blue are the hills, blue are the trails of the night bird calling. Every beating heart beats a rhythm that is blue, and the moon has cast a blue reflection in the dew. So the wind, while on its way, seems to cry and sigh and say, blue, blue prairie, blue echoes ring, blue as I sing of a longing, blue as all songs, most, I think, very all of them written by Bob Nolan, and the Sons of Pioneers made those songs famous, and they were kind of our heroes. And we and our kids used to sing those type of songs. And, we do have one of our kids here. We're going to get some of them up here pretty soon. What are we going to do next?
That would try it.
No excuses. Three, come on. Three, oh wonders of the wasteland. My hot-eared mule, my broken down horse and me. Always traveling, going nowhere. Across the plains and over the hills go we. When I was young,
When he was young,
I used to be
he used to be
a rootin', shootin' son of a gun. I've been my own man. I loved a gal, but she loved my pal.
and she loved his pal.
So I packed my bag, settled my net, I took to roaming. Now we're only a lonely trio, without a friend we trail along endlessly. Three
a song that I always thought kind of reminded me of Earl because it talks about my silver-haired daddy, but his daddy was silver-haired and so was his grandpa. So here's for all three of them.
In a vine-covered shack.
See what key?
Yeah. In a vine-covered shack in the mountains, bravely fighting the battle of time, is the dear one whose weathered life's sorrow. 'Tis that silver-haired daddy of mine. If I could recall the heartbreak, dear old daddy, I have caused you to bear. If I could erase those lines from your face and bring back the gold to your hair, and if God would but grant me the power just to turn back those pages of time, I would give all I own if I could but atone to that silver-haired daddy of mine. We're going to try to play the fiddle and the piano now. This might really be something. I haven't played the fiddle in probably 20 years. Well, I lied. I bought a bow here about 10 years ago. And because the bugs keep eating the hair off the bow if you don't play it once in a while. So somebody said the other day they wanted to try to play, so naturally the bow didn't have any hair in it, so Don Heiss.
Yeah, I called up Don. I said, you got an old spare bow around that Earl could borrow? He said, well, I'm going to Visay tomorrow morning. I'll drop one off. So when I went to the door, he'd stand there with his bow in his hand, and I said, gee, that looks like a great one. Could I buy it from you? I said, could I buy this? Because Earl hasn't got one to his name. It's all hairless one. So he said, well, I'm just going to give it to Earl. He said, Earl's done a lot of favors for me. He says, so this is just a gift to Earl. So
Well, Don, that's Don
that
Lowe.
was really
And I
nice.
guess he might have made it. He made a lot of fiddles. And,
Yeah, he's not
yeah,
going
I
to
know he
make
re-haired bows, and he's
I got arthritis in my finger. He's got
no excuses.
his Huh? All right.
Yeah. Oh. Just by the way, his has played in this place many times before, and in the old hall, and in the old chicken house over here.
Oh, I was okay.
This is my granddad's old fiddle. He was a great fiddler, and that's where I learned to play, or learned to squeak on
What
one.
was the chicken house? Which one was it?
That was at Ben Harden's place. Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
chicken.
You know about that. And Jim's dad was a caller of note around here, a great caller, as well as his granddad. And they called for all the early dances around here. And this is not going to sound like Paul Finn.
They had a Poison Oak band.
Poison Oak Band, yeah. Right. Ben, I know he and my mother and, I don't know. Jess Vince played off and on with my mother. I mean, different times they both played piano. Carrie Swanson. Yeah, Carrie, yeah.
We're going to try Devil's Dream today.
years.
Is it staying 8?
Yeah. Now that was called The Devil's Dream. This was, what we're going to do next?
Soldier's Joy.
Soldier's Joy. This is my granddad, I think his favorite too, and he won a lot of fiddling contests with this one. And he taught me how to second on the piano when I was just a little kid. And in fact, the first paying job I ever had planned for a dance was in the old hall over here for $2. And,
That's more than I get.
And your dad was calling that night, and they had a square dance over here, and I don't know if that was just when Hunter was starting out, or he was trying to learn that stuff, I remember, from your dad, and I know your dad called that night, and they had squares there. And I know I was in grammar school, I was probably 6th grade or 8th grade, I was 7th grade before. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, this is
So
the...
this is good. This is the one we call Put Down That Meat Axe, Grandma. There's no way to trim your toenails. Here we go. I haven't recognized any of them yet. Here we go. Right. Okay.
Well, at least it got him started again, so now we'll pick up the lost part and keep it going.
Hands went numb.
It's okay to suffer for our.
This is your song. You just do this one.
No, let's just sing something else.
What? Tumbling tumbleweed? Okay.
I'm a roving cowboy, riding all day long. Tumbleweeds around me sing their lonely song. Nights underneath the prairie moon, I ride along and sing a tune. See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find just the trail will wind, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. I know when night is gone that I knew I was born at dawn. I'll keep riding along, deep in my heart's a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. How about if we get, I'd like to get my daughter up here to sing one.
And our three granddaughters know
How
it.
about, I know her 3 kids know this song.
Three creaky wooden stairs. You know that one. Just sing out.
Just stand up here, don't hide.
Okay. Do you remember what part you sang, Melody? I'm always singing Melody. He sings the first part.
3 creaky wooden stairs, oh squeaky rocking chair, a well-worn welcome at the Oh, let us find those happy times. All I wanna do
when the day is through is linger here on the front porch
with you in the wicker swing.
hear the night birds sing.
We'll watch those fireflies sparking, kiss and sparking too.
How the hours fly as the moon drifts by. We'll sing the air as we stare at the sky.
Oh, how I love to linger here like this. Hold your hand and steal a kiss or two on the front porch with you. Sing too if you want.
Oh, in the old time, yes. Why didn't I? What's this one?
This is our last song.
We're all ready to sing with you.
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, especially if we have to wait 25 years.
Oh, 25 years, I'm gonna make that one. This is supposed to sound like a train whistle, sort of. I'm lonely, but I know there no man will go where the shadows have all the room.
I was riding free on the old SB, out on the southern too. When the man came along with me, hushed my song, kicked me off away out there. As she came passing by or on the fly, I climbed through an open door, and I turned around, saw the desert round, saw the spot I would see no more. As she was riding away, I heard the pale moon say farewell, but sure gets lonesome here.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
Home on the range. Does everybody know home on the range? Yeah, let's all do home on the range. That's where we are.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not
I don't know how many of you know that Linda, a true daughter of Gaynor and Earl, is a multi-talent in herself, but she's currently the choreographer and the dance teacher at COS, and she stages a very marvelous dance programs, as well as doing choreography for all the musical shows that they do down there. But didn't get to sing maybe so often as she should. How about questions for Gaynor and Earl? Anyone? I'd like to ask you, both of you could tell your first impressions of when you first met each other, and
Oh, gee, quit.
just a few reminiscences of the early days. How you met.
Gee, I thought she was a little brat, you know.
I was a town mouse coming to the country, that's me. I lived in Southgate and went to school there up until the 9th grade, and when I moved to Three Rivers in 1946, all Earl McKee was a name to me. I knew his dad and worked with my grandfather, and my grandfather was Roy Lovering, Bob Lovering, who lived up in
Whispering Bob.
Southmore.
You don't remember?
Anybody remembers Bob? He didn't need a phone, he just stuck his head out the door and the whole kid.
He was loud.
Little but mighty. So when I went to Woodlake High School, I had taken dancing lessons. I had long bleached blonde hair. I had wide belts. I had knee socks and stuff that all the other kids didn't have. So when I went to Woodlake, I was, really out of it. So it took me a while. I had to dye my hair back to natural, start wearing longer skirts and less makeup, and pretty soon, because I was the only one in the whole school that ever had an ounce of dancing lessons or anything else, they chose me as the head baton twirler. I couldn't twirl a baton with a hoot, but I could do walkovers, so that one took care of the other. But anyway, he was on the football team. They had a great football team in 47, 48, 49, and we were in the same homeroom, and how it all started was he used to write notes to me backwards, and they were backwards, and I couldn't read them until I got home or got somewhere where I could hold it to me.
Was it on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, it's funny, I learned how to write backwards from grammar schools, and after a while, anybody who writes backwards, you figure just the letters are backwards. It looks funny until you put it next to the mirror, Anyway, well, she's pretty well covered it, I guess.
Earl, tell them about the time you performed for Governor Reagan. You remember?
At Gil's place.
It was the family over in Tulare.
Yeah, Adolf.
And
Gil.
no, this was over in Tulare.
Oh, Tulare, oh yeah, but
The family was there.
that's right,
And
we all
Reagan
sing.
thought you people were professional. That's what he thought. He couldn't believe you were not.
Yeah, I didn't shake his hand, I didn't get a chance to talk to him, he's
He
pretty
didn't
well
give us his autograph.
dead. Bodyguards around him.
Gaynor, the first time I remember you were roller skating in the basement of the Presbyterian Church. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's right. When we were about freshmen in
Probably
high
wasn't
school.
supposed to be either.
Yes, we were.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we did. We roller skated in the old church because what was there in Three Rivers to do for a bunch of teenagers except for the dance on Saturday night at the old hall right across the road here?
Red.
And we started dancing, and my parents would come, and my grandparents, and his parents, and his mom.
Everybody lived here.
Everybody lived here, came to the old house, the old clubhouse on Saturday night. We'd take sandwiches and go downstairs, and we'd go down there to fix the sandwiches, and you could see the floor going like this with the dust going down on the sandwiches. We used to think, my God, is that ever gonna fall through?
I think
It
your
never
dad
did.
built that, didn't he?
My dad?
Didn't he have to help build the old hall?
No, he was.
I've heard him tell about the old suspended floor, because it was built
Yeah.
to give like.
But I thought the Boy Scouts, after there was a scout troop, they started putting on
Oh, yeah.
those midnight dinners.
The
The
women's
club here,
put the-
in this
the-
building, held the dances for, I think, the longest time. They had them every, I think it was maybe twice a month.
I
I don't think it was every Saturday night, it was
Yeah,
twice
the
a
old
month,
hall,
I think.
that's when, not this
And they
one.
had those midnight buffet parties, and they were really good dances. A lot of the old.
Remember the chewing gum?
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
went
Oh,
down the
yeah.
stairs, everybody take out their chewing
Put
gum.
their gum on it. Plaster, the chewing gum. Yeah.
They were young, staying up until midnight,
And all the kids, people glance, everybody, you and everybody
Yeah.
slept on the floor in the, either in the corner or back there in the little cubbyhole. Just lay coats out, and the kids all slept there, and everybody dancing.
But Dick Griffin, I learned when you really drove Jason crazy. He wasn't fast enough to catch him. Go down the end
We're supposed to be dancing at that age.
We were probably 6 or so.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of history in this
That's what,
room.
we all need to do is get together and write all this history down, so we don't
Well,
lose
that's
it.
what they're,
Well, and Earl, it isn't true then, that I heard that you were sitting next to each other in class and you used to go to sleep during the boring lectures in class, and that at one time at the end of the class, Gaynor woke up and looked embarrassed, and you were next to him, you saw her was embarrassed, you said, "That's all right, even though we slept together, why, I don't hold it, I don't..."
now you made that one up.
There's a little more history I have to tell too, and that started in 1969 and went through to 1981. And I don't know, how many of you ever attended an extravaganza? Should be some of you in this room who went to an extravaganza. Those were what I used to dance and teach up here for 15 years, and every year we put on an extravaganza with about 71 kids in it. We did tap dancing, ballet, acrobatics, character dancing, and we had costumes made out of sheets and pillowcases and everything we could get. And I just started right here. Sue Davis and I took this clubhouse over for 2 years, and we taught dancing here, and the kids used to come over on the bus, and Linda was one of them, and Michael and Monty, and all the Monty girls and all the kids, and now they're all grown up. And I have movies and some videos of these from 77, 76, and some up of the full tapes that my cousin Terry Olvine took, and we're going to put them on videos, so someday some of you get a taste of what it used to be like in Three Rivers when we had
Those were wonderful shows too, and
John, on that, not to interrupt here, but on that movie you're going to show next spring, this other one I'm talking about, I'm sure you'll want to show it because all the people that were at the Old Timers Party were in that, and it'd be very interesting. It'd be just about, it's not quite as jerky as the other one. That one's 26, you know, but both of those are good.
Well, when was the other one you were talking about? The one in 26 and
33. Yeah.
33.
The 33. It has Mr. Welch and Grandma Alice and all the old timers that were old timers in it.
Mr. Welch, is that Frankie?
Frankie's father.
No, Grandpa.
Our grandfather, yeah.
John
No.
Gaynor's too modest to also tell you for a number of years we had the 4-H talent show, and she put on some fantastic talent shows. We had 4-H met in here. We started 4-H in '61, I guess. The year after we got married, we didn't.
Right.
Our daughter was the best attender. She was a baby prior to and doing, but we had a 4-H talent show. It was countywide, and for years, I think it was Joaquin or one of the big clubs in the valley was. They took it every year, and last year we were in it. We won it. 3 Rivers won it, and I mean it was. And we had upwards of the last year. I think we had almost 100 kids. Every kid that could be in 4-H, in probably right around 1970. Every kid that was capable of being in 4-H was in 4-H. We were a really powerful club here.
And I remember the song we did, "It's so nice to have a man around the house." Remember we had everybody coming in doing all these little jobs, they were all dressed in costumes, and it started a whole new ball game with the talent shows.
Yeah,
Everybody
'cause then-
started wearing
Then they started
costumes.
splitting into that, big
Yeah.
clubs and the small clubs, because the
Yeah.
small club wiped out the big ones.
Yeah, yeah, that was great.
Gaynor, where did you do the talent shows?
Exeter.
It was
Memorial
Exeter
Building.
High School auditorium.
Auditorium,
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
It was the themes were a talent show and all that, but it was supposed to be wrapped around
Things
day-to-day
that-
things in
yeah.
4-H and, and it was it really got to be extravaganza type production, so another little bit about Gaynor.
Yeah. Gaynor's a great costumer and great musician and dancer. She got everything going. She's a natural. She's a walking theater staff by herself.
Too bad I never made any money at it.
Yeah. Got a lot of good memories, though, Gaynor.
Yeah, that's great.
A lot of people have nice memories about you, you know.
I think we could go on for a long time and get more and more out of Earl and Gaynor about it, but perhaps they might want to take a rest now. And we do have some cider which here and cookies which we hope you'll enjoy. Chuck Blakesley donated the cider, and it's the best cider in the world, I say. And so we hope you'll enjoy that. I think we owe a lot of thanks to Verna and the board for the cookies and flowers, and we really appreciate your coming today. Hope you'll stay a while and ask more questions if you feel like it.